You're here live with Coach Lew at Accelerate Life University, your #1 source for self-education success. XLR8life.com. Hey guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lew. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8life.com. Coach Lew will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve? With no further ado, here's Coach Lew. Here's Coach Lew.
The heat is on. Remember that from the old Eddie movie, Murphy? The heat is on. You know, and it was, and you could say, sure it is, Coach. The heat is on, baby. It is dead summer season right here. It is the peak of it. We're going into August. No matter where you are, this is the hottest time of year for you in the United States, right? So think about this. The heat is on. How hot can you go? Okay, last week we jumped in and we talked about cold therapy. Okay, so we talked about getting in the ice plunges, the ice baths, doing the cold therapy and getting cold. Wouldn't it be just kind of natural to talk about being hot? You know, we're all pretty hot, right? Look in the mirror, you see the hottest person you know. All right, so for sure, we definitely got some hot stuff going on here today, guys. So are you ready to take a jump in and talk about the heat? Interesting concept, right? Okay, well, let's think about this. We talked about the cold and the benefits of the cold, and it would probably really make sense that there's a flip side to that, and that's the heat. And before we jump in this morning, I'm going to remind you I am not a medical doctor, and you should always get the advice and clearance from your trusted medical professional before trying any self-help, dietary, physical changes, etc. You definitely want to be able to do that just to make sure. Just to make sure, because there are certain people with certain health conditions that could have issues with something, and you and I may not. So today we're going to talk about getting hot and sweaty. And what am I talking about here? Am I talking about going outside in the heat? Now, many times we go outside here in Florida in the summer and go, it's a sauna out here. Well, that can be a good thing. Hey guys, sauna's been around for many, many years and is a major component in a lot of cultures. Okay? A lot of cultures, that is part of their everyday life. And you might say, well, okay, they might be like getting all hot and sweaty, sitting in a box with heat, etc. And you might go, hey, that's all fine and dandy, but I don't know if that's for me. Well, let's talk about some of this today. There have been some major studies, and they're going to be written up in the blog post that goes along with this. And we'll talk about it a little bit today, but there's some major studies of massive reduction in sudden cardiac death. Okay. Major studies of heat therapy and heat shock proteins and the way they deal with cancer cells. Okay. And brain health. That's the new buzzword, guys, is brain health. Think about the brain health scenario. Yes. How many people do you know that have a relative or are themselves dealing with brain decline, especially early dementia? What in the world could be going on with that? So think about this, and this may or may not be some miracle cure, but it certainly is on my radar and certainly has my attention at this point in life when you start hearing sleep and woke up and said it on Facebook. Major medical studies done over years and major results in reduction in cardiac sudden death and other cardiac related issues. Cancer treatments, the doctors using sauna as part of their cancer treatments. And the fact that these heat shock proteins are doing some great things in the brain and maybe even reversing some of the brain aging problems that we're having, then I have your attention now. I sure hope so. Let me ask you a question. If you could take a few minutes out of your day each day and feel 10% better than you do right now, would you do it? You might go, well, yeah, maybe. What if you could feel 5 times better than you do right now? 10 times. Would you do it? Of course you would. You might say, hey, I feel pretty darn good already, coach. I'm pretty fit. I'm doing pretty good. Well, what if you could be better? Okay. What if you're really dragging your ass through the day and barely getting through the day and you're forgetful and tired and foggy and you could relieve part of that? I don't know. What do you think? I know what I think. I know what I've been doing, and I know why I'm bringing this to you after quite a bit of personal testing before I talk about it. Okay? So my question is, if you could do, be, or have better than you currently do, why wouldn't you? Okay? The biggest benefit that I see from the saunaing is the heat shock proteins and the fact that the sauna emulates a fever in your body. And what is a fever in your body for? To kill pathogens, to defend your body, to boost your immune system. So wouldn't it make sense if you're doing something that were to trigger that type of response, that it would make sense that you're going to drive down the pathogens? I personally have found, since the beginning of regular use of the sauna, and I'm talking 4 to 7 days a week I do it, that I have far fewer colds. I rarely get anything like the flu or anything else. And if I do get sick, and I'm human, I do, my recovery time is quicker. How cool is that? Why are we having so many issues with anti-lag this morning? What in the world could be? Bear with me a second here, guys. Wow, we're not pushing very strong this morning. I really hope your signal is good and clean. If not, you can always catch the replay at xlr8life.com. Okay, so I'm not saying that this is the end all, the be all, okay? As we all know, there's more to it. There's overall lifestyle differences such as exercise, proper hydration, eating clean, emotional, taking part in your own emotions, emotional health, which would be, stress relief, stress reduction, things like that. So we could go through and say, is there any guarantee that if you do all this right stuff that you're going to live a long, healthy life? No. You get hit by a bus. Okay? All kinds of stuff could happen sometimes, and we all have that reference person who was the healthiest could be and died in their 50s. And then we have that person that was an absolute terrorist to their body and lived to be 90. But part of that was quality of life too. Living to be 90 and spending your last 15 years in a nursing home staring out a window because you're so burned out and tore up is not living, okay? Quality of life is important too, okay? But that's not the norm, my friends. This live until 90 by beating your body up and dying at 50 by taking care of it is the extreme rarities, okay? At some base level, you should know that what you do or fail to do makes a difference in taking care of your health. So there was this Finnish study, not Finnish like finish, like end, like Finland did this study of sudden cardiac death is related to this control group. They did this back in 2015, and they did it for like a long time. It was published in 2015. Sorry, I was going to say the numbers don't match up there. It was thousands of people participated in it. I think of like 2,500, 2,400 people. I'll have it posted on the site, the exact numbers, from age 42 to 60. Okay, and they did them in these different groups, and they followed them for a long time. This wasn't 2 months, 3 months. This was like 20 years. Okay. So they broke them down into categories. The frequent users, the 4 to 7 times a week, the moderate user of 2 to 3 times a week, and participants who either saw it only once a week or not at all. And yeah, they followed them for like 20 years. And the studies found that the people that did sauna 4 to 7 times a week had like a 40-50% reduction in sudden cardiac death, okay, and like an 80% or something crazy reduction in overall cardiac events. So it was really crazy that that was the control. There were no other issues, it was all the same except for the amount of time they saunaed. And to me, that got my attention enough to go, wow, I'm going to err on the side of doing this. So why would a sauna work? What would it give you? What does saunaing give you? And stress reduction. Personally, I love going into mine because it gives you that feeling, because that's a physical response and a mental response. But I got a little TV, a pretty big TV mounted to the wall outside of it, and I've got my TV is Bluetooth, so it's education time or relaxation time. YouTube University, baby. It's awesome. Improved circulation. There is no doubt this is not something that I woo-woo think up or people think. The higher temperature dilates your blood vessels, allowing more blood flow. When your vessels are dilated, what else happens? Your blood pressure comes down. This isn't medical advice. This is simple science, you guys. Muscle recovery. The more you get oxygen and nutrients to the muscle, they're going to recover. But then in the backflow of that is the more that the waste products can get out of there, the better. Detoxification. We all know sweating is your body's way of eliminating toxins. People say left, right, and center, oh, sweat doesn't take out toxins or lower your sodium. BS. Okay, that's an uneducated person speaking there if they tell you that sweating does nothing to detox you and sweating does nothing to bring down your sodium levels. Now you got to be careful with sweating. You got to make sure you're using okay, maybe I needed a sauna before this morning to get my brain health in order. Your electrolytes. Guys, I got so much going on and up here. I'm like, I want to deliver so much to you, but I don't want to keep you on for 2 hours. Okay? Make sure you keep your electrolytes good and high. And we'll talk about electrolytes a different day. Cardiovascular benefits we already talked about. Your skin health. Again, that flow. Have you ever seen people that don't have good blood flow? They look gray. Not just the hair. I'm talking about their skin tone. If somebody's having a heart attack, one of the first things people say is right before they had the heart attack, they looked gray. Well, what does this tell you? Okay, you're not getting that there. And same thing, and then just simple skin health is sweating it out and getting that gunk out. Okay, go in the sauna, then squeeze the pores on your nose or on your face and see what comes out. So much easier. Okay, respiratory. Okay. It can help the dry air. I prefer the infrared dry sauna. Immune system kicks up from those heat shock proteins. That's a whole scientific study in itself. Pain relief, wow. I'll attribute to that one because I do. Yeah, hands move better. I have an injury to this hand, and sometimes it can hurt and act up. Well, the more I do sauna and the cold therapy, the more I can close that hand. I can close that finger almost all the way. It's that one right there, the traffic finger, that, was either locking or it won't close all the way and it hurts and, my grip's reduced and I'm like, this doesn't work for somebody that does OCR races and has a pretty physical lifestyle. That don't work. Okay, so I had to find ways to deal with this. And your mental clarity and focus is awesome. So I would hope to God that I have reached you on a level this morning where you would go, you know what, I think this sauna thing's got my attention. I believe it should have your attention. And that's why I'm talking about it. That's why I spend the time this morning on the show to tell you about something that is important, something that makes your life better, because that's what Breakthrough is about. It's about making stuff better. I know I talk with my hands too much, and hopefully it's not too much for you. I'm not like, I'm not like Freddy Krueger or whatever he was. So seriously, what would you do here? There's a couple of things you can do to experience sauna. Perspire or something. I love Perspire. Really enjoyed the time that I was a member there. They were really good. So enjoyed the heck out of Perspire. And I'm going to be doing a little test follow-up talk. So you guys be ready to jump on. I'm going to keep an eye out for me because we're going to do a little follow-up because I am having studio issues this morning. I got yellow lights across the board. So obviously one of the settings, we just updated our software. Great. All right, so on that note, you can do that. You can join that. About $150 a month to go unlimited, or you can go occasionally. But the thing is you'd want to go unlimited. You don't want to just do once a week, okay? Again, making sure you're cleared by your doctor that you have no underlying health conditions where heat could be dangerous. And there are some that it's not recommended if somebody's got MS because their body. Be smart. Get your checkup. Go in. Talk about it. Now, if your doctor just goes, oh, that's hokey, don't do it, you're at the wrong doctor. If your doctor says you have MS or you have this particular disease and heat stimulates the problem, you might, that's a different story. But if they just tell you, oh, it has no value, then you're going to the wrong doctor. Go find it. And I got to say this. And, if you don't like it or you're a doctor and you don't like it, and I know some of them, I have friends that are doctors. and emergency surgeons, and they oh, get a prescription, get a this. Oh my God, you hurt your hand hurts. You go come in and get a prescription so you can do something for pain. No, I don't want something for pain. I want a solution. And doesn't mean they're not my friends. Doesn't mean they're not well-caring doctors. But if they don't offer any other options except for write a script. Now, I understand some drugs are life-sustaining. Some people cannot live without certain drugs. They will die. Okay, well, never take me as saying, oh, don't take your pills, if that's the case. But look into you got to have a doctor that looks in a holistic. And when I say holistic, I don't use that word as in a, ooh, I'm going to ohm over you and heal you. Sometimes that works for people. But what I'm talking about is holistic. What's the whole picture? What's the whole person? Okay. Option is get a sauna for home like I did. Okay, I went to Perspire for about a year, had a membership, loved them, amazing place. They kept the place clean. They had the coolest little rooms with the TVs. That's what gave me the idea. As a matter of fact, the sauna brand that Perspire uses is the one that I use. And it's not because Perspire uses it, because I did the research. I'm going to tell you about that in just a minute. What's great about that, having it at home, I don't have the 30 minutes of commute back and forth to go get in the sauna, get changed, get dressed, get undressed, get changed, get... It was a 2.5 hour ordeal by the time I was totally done with it. Now, it was great. I loved the people there and they were fun, but okay. Now, I go in my sauna when I want to. I'm home. I can jump in the shower afterwards and, get clean. I can take a break while I'm working and do sauna. Wow. And I'm not paying for the membership. But then you're like, yeah, but you had to pay for the sauna. See, there's this thing called amortization. And if you have a mortgage or a car loan, you're probably pretty familiar with this. Well, I applied that to this. How long is it going to take to pay for this sauna as opposed to going to another place? Well, by now I've had my sauna long enough. My sauna doesn't cost me anything, and the electricity's minimal. But it doesn't cost me anything anymore because I would have paid more in a membership somewhere in the long run. Okay, I tend to look at the long run in a lot of cases. There's the short term and there's the long term. It's better for me. I save, my God, think of going 4 times a week to the sauna place. Even if it were just 2 hours total, that's 8 hours in the week running back and forth that I could be home or could be doing something else on the travel time. Bingo. Okay. So, yeah, it's awesome to me. Okay. So then you go, okay, I can get one at Sam's Club for $1,500. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. I'm going to tell you why, guys. The cheap massive price gaps. Okay, the cheap saunas use chemically treated woods or plastic parts inside that leaches out into the container, into your sauna room, and you inhale that. You are sucking up chemicals if you buy a cheap, cheesy, and sometimes cheap, cheesy foreign country made sauna. Okay. You really want to be getting the quality there. The other side is the EMFs, okay, the electromagnetic fields. Those are the things your computer screen, your phone, and that's bombarding you with. That's not woo-woo stuff. That's just simply, it's not good for your cell processes, your mitochondria, and that. Too much exposure to high EMFs can lead to issues. Now, all saunas are going to have EMFs. Every damn screen has an EMF. A light bulb has an EMF. Your plugs in the house have EMFs. Your battery in your car do. But you want to minimize the amount. You don't want to have excessive EMF exposure. Okay, this is why I chose Clear Light. Okay, this is where I'm going with this. Clear Light's the sauna that I use. It's same ones I used at perspire. But the reason I chose it, and when I went to order, and I started doing the honest to God research, and I was like, wow, okay, there's huge differences, not only in price, but in quality. So Clearlight's got low EMFs. Clearlight's got non-treated wood. Choice for mine when I ordered it, because I like it. It's a lighter color. I didn't feel the necessity to have the mahogany or the cedar. And it was actually a little less expensive just because the aesthetics. But in my home, actually the lighter wood looked better. Reliability, Clearlight's got a lifetime warranty on parts, which is unique in the industry. I hadn't found another company that does that. Well, that's the other thing, because people are like, well, in a couple of years when the thing breaks, then you're at square one with doing the thing where you let them worry about it at the place where you pay your membership. I'm like, well, mine's got lifetime warranty, so I'm okay there. I'm never going to have to invest. I'm not going to have to buy another one. Shipping, customer service, dealing with a United States company where I actually had my own dedicated person to talk to over there was amazing. And the ease of installation, it took me 2 hours to put it in. Now they highly recommend 2 people. I did it by myself. I'm going to tell you a little story about that, and then we're gonna wrap it up for the day. God, however you want to call your creator, works in funny ways. I ordered the Clearlight sauna 2-3 years ago in November, and I wanted it for Christmas. It was my Christmas present to myself. I work hard. I do a lot in the business. I try to do a lot for our community here. I was like, and plus it was a smart investment in the long run for me, but I was like, I'm doing this for myself for Christmas. So I order it. It comes in right before Christmas. And that was the year I was like, you know what? We're going to take off. We're closing for the 2 weeks around Christmas. We're going to upgrade some things in the business and that, but we're going to really kick it off, and I'm going to spend that 2 weeks doing, stuff with our team and our family and get the sauna built. Well, 2 days before Christmas, I'm building the sauna. So I'm like, I want to have this done. This is my Christmas present to myself. I want it done. Well, I get it done, and as I'm building it, I'm kind of feeling not right. I'm just kind of feeling weak and tired and a little scratchy, and ooh, did I get a flu? My Christmas plans. Lex and Ben came down from St. Augustine, and I'm like a dead frog sitting in the massage chair going, But the cool thing is every day I got in that sauna and sweated it out. And I mean, I was sicker than I usually would be. But it was I was trying so hard and so stressed to get everything done so we could be closed those 2 weeks. And starting to eat wrong and that. And I just set myself up for the perfect storm. But thank God I built it the day I did. And thank God it only took 2 hours. Because that pulled me through probably what would have been a much worse run with the flu. I mean, it was bad. But every time I would sauna, I would feel better. And I'm like, all right, go in again, keep hydrating. But needless to say, a good portion of my little vacation time got eaten up. But it was a blessing. So when you go over to Accelerate Life, go watch the replay of this. Read the article I have in there for you. It's in our Breakthrough blog. But you'll see in the picture on the site. Excuse me, guys. Guess I need a little more Life Boost coffee this morning. Exact model that I use. That's not it honestly is my sauna, the exact color, the wood color, so you can see it. But I ask that, if this inspires you and you decide to order a sauna, and you may say, Coach, I'd love to, but, it's a bit of an investment. I'm going to go try something like Perspire, or I'm sure that other health places have that. Just be careful of which units they're using. If it's not Perspire, I can't say that I know that I could stand by whatever model they're using, because I know what Perspire uses, and truly that is the best. I don't say that just because I like Perspire and because I like Clearlight, or that I'm an affiliate of Clearlight. That came after the fact of owning the sauna and going, hey, this is part of what I do. I teach people about health and wellness, and this thing is freaking amazing, and it is the right one to recommend. So I did become an affiliate. So please, if you decide to take that jump and go, hey, I'm going to get this, yes, I'm going to receive a commission. And that's not why I talked to you about sauna today, okay? I'm probably going to, maybe 1 million people ultimately will hear this and listen to this and get the information and not go buy a sauna. Maybe 10 people buy a sauna. That's not going to make me rich. If 1 million of you buy the sauna and I get my commission, I probably would be very happy finished to the fourth quarter of this year. But that's not the reason I bring it to you. I bring it to you because the hot and cold therapy is major mainstream, high on everybody's focus. But not only that, there's a reason it is. When doctors like Dr. Hyman and and some of these doctors that are really freaking amazing out there are really supporting the heat shock proteins and things like that. Look at Wim Hof. Okay, he's a bit nutty. He's a bit extreme, okay? I don't know if I'm climbing Mount Everest with no shoes on, but I will do the cold plunge because therapy. Rhonda, what's her name? Dr. Rhonda, who is a huge proponent of heat therapy. Burns. God, I wish I'll send you guys a link to some of her talks where she's spoken all over the world about heat therapy. And she's a doctor. These are, when I get my education for me to bring things to you, I go to the people that, aren't just going, hey, this is a great idea. I'm kind of your great idea guy. I've got some facts on it. I've tried it out, but I'm not a doctor. So I have those people to reach out to and mentor from and learn from that are doctors that explain why the heat shock, why the cold therapy works, because I don't want to go get a medical degree just to be able to explain that to you. But I do have the ability to connect with some of the world's greats when it comes to the health and wellness side of it. And as I always say, H1's important, guys. Remember Ford had the thing that quality is job one? Well, for your body, you cannot be the best parent, lover, business person, athlete, anything else until you take care of your health first. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care if you're the best damn attorney in the world. If you don't take care of your health, you're not going to be able to do the best job for your client. You can be the most brilliant, but if you don't have the energy to portray that, if you got to, say you're an attorney and you go into a courtroom and you're going to go, my client was wronged. People are going to be like, dude, you're putting me to sleep. You go into, my client was wronged, folks. Come on, look at this. Look, and you have that energy and you exude energy. You can fake that a little bit, but if energy comes from within, I could sit there and fake it and go, hello, I'm Coach Lew. How are you guys? Oh, dear Lord, how much more of this? No, my energy's natural. Did I yawn today? Yeah. You know why? Probably because the truth is yawn doesn't mean you're tired. Yawn means I was talking so fast and I get so damn excited I forget to breathe. And it's your body sucking in the oxygen. There you go. You learned maybe a little factoid today. But guys, again, do your research, get your medical clearance, go back, look at last week, cool it down, heat it up. There's so much more to this. I mean, we can set up a whole regimen for you that it's in heals. My God, I'll leave a link down below in the post also for heals, which is my flagship course, Health Eating and Lifestyle Simplified. That's a 30-day course we offer on our site over at Accelerate. It's Accelerate University. To put it all together. And I talk a little bit about heat and cold in there too, but I really, really want to see you guys live at 1,000%. 100% isn't enough. You know, your value, the value of you, your health, is so much more than you give it credit for. Step up, take control, be you, do you, and be the best you can be. Remember what I think, what your next door neighbor thinks, what your family member thinks, should never affect your dreams, your ability to take action. You know, God, or however you call your creator, gave you your dream, your desire. Okay, that's yours. That's yours. You can't always expect everybody else to see it. You know, you might order a sauna and your spouse is like, "You're crazy. That was stupid. You always do this stuff." Well, if you order it and you never put it together, that's crazy and stupid. If you order it, put it together, and use it once or twice and think that was supposed to create a miracle, yeah, that's stupid. Okay, and I usually rarely use that word, but that would be. If you put it together, use it 3, 4, 5 times a week, and you start feeling better, and it helps you in all aspects of your life, having that extra energy, and boom, you live a better quality of life. It's not only about the length, but the quality. That's your decision. If you want to jump into ice water in the morning, most people, and at one point in life, I'd have said, "You're freaking crazy too." Do it. That's your decision. That's my decision. I do it every morning. Okay? I don't miss. And initially, I didn't love it. Now, when I'm up in the morning and I'm starting to get going and I'm just still a little hazy and, hey, we're all human. I get out of bed. I usually wake up before the alarm because I set the alarm just in case. But I'm almost always up before any alarms go off, before that point where I start going, all right, I'm rebounding, I'm doing yoga. Now I get to the point where I'm like, I can't wait to get in that damn cold plunge because I know that I'm going to be so alive and so awake and feel so good. And I'm like, At first I was kind of like, all right, I'm going to go do it. Oh, what can I do first? Oh, I should do this first, because you kind of avoid this stuff. You kind of go, it's going to be a shocker. But then you'd start to do it, and you start to look forward to it. Now it's habit. Okay, it's part of my morning. It's no longer, I've got to push this into my day and force this. It pulls itself. It pulls me to it because I go, wham, I feel great. Why wouldn't you? If you could be, do, and feel better, why wouldn't you? Guys, I'm going to cut you off this morning and cut you loose. Go do your research. Please, again, if any of these products resonate with you, please, guys, I would love to see you getting hot and sweaty and getting chilly. Have a great day. Be blessed. Live with faith, energy, passion. Always live your dreams. This is Coach Lew signing off, and I will see you on the next roundabout.
Ready to take it to the next level? Tune in to XLR8Life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lew himself. As Coach Lew always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dreams.